Enticement and incitement. Beware of the gremlin inside you, before you cry wolf. The strongest enticement ever is the act of enticement that leads to incitement. The act of enticement has many facets and an abundance of means and tools, but above all, it requires the will of an individual to will over the will of another individual, in order to perform a successful act of enticement. Lure, attraction, temptation, inducement and persuasion, to name a few. As the case for everything in life, there is the positive and the negative in the act of enticement. The good and evil colliding in a perpetual confrontation till the end of times, and within the unfolded pages of history, serving its purpose in the process of recycling and purification of energy, within the order of the universal laws of creation. There is a new form of enticement crawling on our doorsteps, reaching every household through cyberspace, and it is called online enticement. This type of enticement is the most dangerous of all. Due to its long reach and easy accessibility, most dangerous because it reaches adults and youth indiscriminately. Enticement is extensively used in extremism, fanaticism, sexuality, and premeditated crimes, such as terrorism. The art of coaxing have taken different forms to get its messages through cyberspace. Also, used extensively by spammers and crooks, tempting us to use our credit card details to make an online purchase or trade. Authorities and law enforcement agencies worldwide are therefore urged to pay more attention to our global needs in this age of internet and cyberspace, and develop better laws to protect us from spammers who are getting away with their numerous thefts without any deterrent whatsoever. But the more important role actually lies upon the shoulders of global internet service providers, such as Yahoo, Google, Bing, and others alike. It should be obligatory by international cyber law for these providers to develop a more efficient service to its users, and should be held at least partially responsible for losses incurred due to hacking and spamming. Literally speaking, there is no effective law enforcement yet to deter such cyber crimes. And there seems to be a total ignorance to improve the internet services provided, while negligence by law enforcement agencies is at its peak. Before we continue, this video is sponsored by L'Oreal Natural Skin Care Solutions. Did any of us ever hear a politician or a presidential candidate ever mention or even show an intention to tackle cyberspace piracy ever since it sprouted alongside services and users utilizing it? All one needs to become an invisible and untraceable thief nowadays is to take an online crash course in the art of hacking, and unlock millions of windows of opportunities waiting to be seized, victimizing hundreds of millions of innocent internet users and bystanders without being burdened by any repercussions. Then there is the commercial enticement professionally applied by thousands of dishonest insurance companies, banks, producers of make-believe and pretend products related to health and wealth, tourism and well-being, preying on whoever falls into their entrapments of claims and false promises of benefits and riches. There is actually no difference in definition between demons of the past that we learnt and were cautioned of in holy books and religions, and demons of the present lurking in the darkness of the matrix of global internet service providers. Both are invisible and mostly unidentifiable, and both possess their own viruses to spread into our souls and minds, and our physical beings. Enticement is most successful when we are not focusing. Whenever our neurotransmitters are opened due to a slight gaze or a light trance, no matter how short is the absent-mindedness phase, the inducement of an idea, suggestion or proposal becomes more effective in influencing our perception, hence our judgment. It simply becomes easier to misjudge or poorly evaluate a situation. That is why educating our needs and demand is crucial. The less demanding, less consuming and less materialistic we are, the less prone to fall victims to enticement. When enticement is successfully achieved, incitement becomes an inevitable end result, and that is where the mind becomes bold and daring in exploring all sorts of options to solve an issue or tackle a problem. In another word, terrorism of some kind is bound to happen. Terrorism is not necessarily bin Laden-ish like. Terrorism could be through domestic violence in homes, at schools, or among colleagues at work. May the ending of this video lead the listeners to another form of enticement, one of positive nature, aiming to initiate a social lobbying movement, to urge internet service providers and authorities worldwide to consider implementing more effective regulations and laws to serve in making available a safer and more efficient cyberspace for the world at large. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay tuned to our next video, and check out our previous videos. Like, share, or leave a comment, as we'd love to know your thoughts.